say good morning. Good morning. The heading up here, old birds. Old birds, a gathering of old birds. I thought about that when Claude came and talked to me, and Claude after he spoke to me, I didn't know whether or not to say thank you or kick you out of my office. I really didn't know what to do. So, batting lead off for some amazing people that will follow up my brief discussion. I respect them greatly. I respect all of y'all. I really do. And when Claude asked me to do this, I really didn't know what the discussion would be about. I gave it a lot of thought, prayed through that, and it kind of hit me that in the world that we are a part of, the emergency management world, and what we've dealt with over the last few weeks with our partners with the National Weather Service, amazing folks, that it reminded me of how I got started in this business. So I want to give you a quick lead in, if you don't mind, from where I was to where I am today. My life started, I'm 53 years old, been in fire service 26 years, emergency management world 10 years. There's an amazing woman here in the front of 33 years of marriage, and I've known this lady since I was 11 years old. So that sets a foundation, I believe, of the person you see in front of you today. The person you see in front of you today has a lot of bumps and bruises, like a lot of you have. I had a short conversation with Molly. And if you've never went through a true disaster in your community, you really can't grasp what maybe Molly and a lot of y'all in this room are going through, Chase is going through. You really don't know what that's like. And that's where I talk about the bumps and the bruises, the scars, the hurts. Because you become the face of your city. And a lot of times, people in your community, what they really want to hear is the fact that you are listening. And my dad told me years ago, son, you were given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You need to be a good listener. I learned that through my time growing up, through playing football in a team environment, through my time as when I became married, as a young father, raising 2 amazing kids. I learned that I had to listen in that environment too. A lot of bumps and bruises. When I became a firefighter, I was told the first day, you are to be listening. You need to listen and not to be heard. Right, Chief? And I think a lot of times in our world, we may forget that. Yeah, we have plans, and yeah, we do a lot. And you put a lot of long hours, and you work very hard in your craft. And you're all very smart individuals that are in this room today. The world of emergency management has changed in my tenure. My tenure in emergency management started, you're all going to laugh, and it's okay to laugh, please do. My tenure in emergency management started with a conversation with my fire chief. I was doing my national registry, paramedic skills testing, and right after that, my fire chief said, hey, Perry, step into my office. And on the way in, close the door behind you. We all know that's not a good conversation. Yes, sir. Well, this man is the man who walked me through my initial hiring in the fire service. I respect him greatly. I would walk through a brick wall for this man. He saved my life on a fire, and an awesome man. But he said, Perry, have a seat. I want to introduce you to something. I have a question for you. And I go, okay. And sat down. He said, Perry, how do you feel about coming off shift and going days and becoming my emergency management coordinator. I paused and I said, okay, Chief, you know if you ask me a question and ask me to do a task, I'm going to say yes. In the fire service, you don't say no very often. I said, but before I say yes, can you share with me what is an emergency management coordinator? And you all laughed. And I respect that laugh greatly, because at that point, I didn't have a clue. So we talked. He started talking about annexes. He started talking about a plan. At the time, our city was at the basic plan. We weren't even at the intermediate level. He said, Barry, see all these annexes? I don't have time. I want to promote you off the fire truck, put you in a position. Here's your office, set it up, and your task is to get our plan to the intermediate level. And I go, okay, Chief, how much time do I have to give you an answer? He said, well, I'd like to have an answer today, but take all the time you want. So, I come back home and I talk to this lady right here. So, what do you think about me coming off shift and going on days? She says, okay. My kids had a different conversation. We can talk about that on the sidewalk. Because they were used to me being gone 24 hours a day, a third of my life. They're not used to me being home every day. So I did that, and I came back around the 1st of July of 2005. And what's significant about that year? Katrina and Rita, correct? Well, folks, 2 weeks later, Katrina hits, and I get a phone call from Robbie Robinson. He says, Barry, we need you to shelter. And I go, do what? What do you want me to shelter? I said, okay, how can I help? That was my answer. So once again, I go back to the discussion I had at a young man's age with my dad of listening. So I went to Robbie and I listened. Well, worked through that. We sheltered individuals. I went to my mayor and shared the conversation with my mayor, shared the conversation with my fire chief, my city manager. Okay, Barry, you got it. It's your baby. We do not want to hear about it. So I dealt with that. And they supported me because I gave them the information they were wanting to hear. The information that I received. Because we all know we can't do our job if we don't listen. And we don't have to understand what our job really is. That played out. Worked through that. And then another year hit our community in 2007. That hit Haltom City like it's hitting your communities today. First with the flooding in March of that year, no fatalities. So that was my first DSO to write. Went through that, didn't have a clue what a DSO was, much less what a project worksheet was. Worked through that back in 2005 with the project worksheets. And then later in that year, on Friday the 13th, we had a tornado hit our community. We had one fatality. Brought my second DSO. Later in that same year, in June of that same year, we had major flooding and DR 1709 hit our entire state of Texas. That was a major impact. We had another death in that impact. So once again, as emergency manager, we become the point people. We become the people out in front. The people for people, where individuals come speak to you and you can listen. We had the congressman and the senator in our community. Shared that with. We hosted the Disaster Recovery Center in Haltom City. I listened. And I learned. 2007 was a major impact in our community. And through that lessons learned and the then and now, what occurred then and what occurs now is the fact that yes, I can sit down and listen to a model. I can sit down to listen to a Chief McCurdy, or amazing lady J.J. Jones, or a Pat McMacken, and they're very smart people. Because I believe in my heart that what makes us different is the fact that yes, we know our job. Yes, we have plans. And yes, we have that title of emergency managers, planners. We have those titles. But what I'd like to share with you is for you to understand there's going to become a time in your career where you're going to have to be that point person. And you're going to have to understand you do have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You need to listen. Because if you don't listen, you don't know what the problem really is. You can't deal with the problem until you know what the problem is, correct? A pastor told me early in my life that to sit up in front of a group of individuals and share a message, and sometimes you don't know what that message got across to them until you start talking. And you go make eye contact with those individuals. And you put them in a position where they can speak to you. And they don't feel like you know more than they do. Yes, you're professionals. But that person in that house that's flooded, or that person in that house where the house is totally destroyed from a tornado, they really don't care what your title is. They want you to listen. They want you to offer them some direction after you listen. But I would challenge every one of you before I close is a couple of statements. I would challenge you, first of all, do you know your community? When I came to this business, I didn't know what emergency management was. But I quickly learned the skills. When I was in my community, I quickly learned what a plan was. I quickly went out to all those directors in my community and I got buy-in. How did I get buy-in from the police department, the fire department, public works, parks, faith-based, the volunteer groups that are out there? I went to them, knocked on the door, and I sat down and listened. I learned what their issues were. And until I knew what the issues were, I couldn't develop a plan. So, the then of Haltom City, or the then of Bynum of 2005, and the now of the Bynum, and the now of Haltom City in Tarrant County, I believe there's been a total transition. I believe my community is better prepared. I believe Bynum is better prepared. Y'all all know, the majority of you know, that I also serve a different life. I am a volunteer in the community. I am a community leader. I'm an elected official. I just got elected in my 4th term. Blessed. So the community I live in Euless, they also look to me. They look to me for answers. But above all, in that email or in that phone call, they want me to listen. And through listening, I can learn what their issues are, and I'm not going to be able to solve all their problems. But sometimes we can sit down across the table and agree to disagree, and we can move on. So I challenge every one of you to go out in your communities, whether or not it's on a college campus. That campus is very involved in the community, like we already heard from Lee. Very involved in the police and fire department business. If you're in the hospitals, or our amazing folks in the National Weather Service, those who are working in the county atmosphere, I challenge you to go out and find out who your community is, and what your community is about. Learn who those people are you can go to in those times of need. And when you make a phone call, they go, "Oh, period. What can I do for you?" Because I did knock on their door when I didn't have a problem. And I listened. So I really want to thank y'all. While hearing, I can say thank you now. I learned a lot. I look myself in the mirror, like I shared with you. We need to look ourselves in the mirror every day and put our armor on and get prepared. Right, Molly? Because you never know what that conversation is going to be, and you never know what is going to be asked of you as an emergency medical coordinator. And I challenge you, Molly, if we went back 10 years, your time's at the top to where you are now, hopefully it prepared you for what you're going through today. So I'll be praying for you. So thank every one of you, and y'all have a blessed day.